Welcome to the JustZoSho. I'm your host, JustZo, and this is episode 47. Yes, 47. Woo, getting close to that 50 mark. Trying to make something special happen during that day, but until then, it's all normal, like how we do. But that's cool too. I like doing this. And either way, I like doing it. So, yeah, episode 47. If you have any suggestions for a remix or a mashup, you'd like to leave a comment or anything, feel free to do so. I don't mind taking criticism, constructive criticism too. I'm a big boy. I don't cry easily. But yeah, just whatever you like, whatever you feel like you want to do, or want to say, just let me know. And check us out. Podcast on YouTube and Facebook. The JustZoSho, spelled just JUST, ZO show, SHO, without the W. So yeah, the JustZoSho. Okay, people. I'm going to talk about a family reunion I went to last week. It was nice. It was my son's mother's side of the family, the Bohannas, and you know, they cool. I been knowing them for forever, might as well say, because grew up with the cousins in Detroit, knowing them over 40 years now. But yeah, we grew up with them, and you know, get a little older, went down there, met the cousin, and me and her were a couple for a while, a nice little while, I should say. Kept going back and forth. Had my son, and yeah, my son he'll be 28 years old this year. So, you know, that's just a part of how long we've been knowing them. But yeah, good, cool peoples. The Bohanna family. Didn't really have no complaints either. Played cards, watched the kids run around. Oh, I forgot. The food. Yeah, you know, you can't eat everyone's cooking. And that holds so true because my son's mother, she helped a little bit, and the stuff she did was good, of course. Like the mac and cheese, the potato salad, and the chicken was good. But that's it. Like, I don't know what they were doing or what they were thinking of, but that wouldn't hit no nothing. Like, for example, the string beans. How the hell do you mess up string beans? Like, you know, that's kind of like the simplest thing to make, especially during a cookout. But it wasn't hitting. I'm sorry, y'all. It was not it. I couldn't do it. So I ate what I could and put a napkin on top. And when they said, "Is this garbage?" Yes, throw that away, please, because I couldn't do it. But yeah, play games, watch the kids run around, and the music, the traveling music, there and back was better, a lot better actually. Well, it was half and half, but it was definitely better though. Well, on the way there it was half and half, and on the way home I rode back with my oldest. Speaking of that, my oldest son, he's supposed to came, but he had to work. So the very last day when everyone is packing up, getting ready to leave, guess who pulls up? Yeah, he pulls up. So, you know, it's like, okay. So we ended up staying like an extra hour and a half just talking and stuff, just everybody out there. And he was like, you know, he had to see his people. And that felt good to hear him say that, you know, because they are family. We are family. And, you know, however you want to look at it, we are who we are. So, yeah, it was family. So we did what we did and took some more pics and stuff and, you know, went on and went home. But the grandfather was the reason pretty much for the reunion. And, you know, they had up there like him and his siblings. And it was like about 6 of them. Yeah, like 6 or 7 of them. And the grandfather is the youngest out of his siblings. Now, their grandfather is also the last remaining one out of his siblings, but he is 94. I mean, 96, 96. Yeah, he's 96 years old. And I'm like, damn, you know, that's quite a feat to pick right there. So, looking at that, then looking at his siblings up there on the wall, I'm like, damn, if they was alive, there'd be 100 in this, 100 in that. And like, wow. So then got to thinking, because he's battling something. And matter of fact, they got to feed him through a tube because he's not doing well at the moment. And I don't want to put nothing out there, say nothing foul, and anything happens, but he's not doing well. And I hope he get better, but they are feeding him through a tube and stuff. So, and I thought about that, like, man, that's a long time. So just me thinking on that, like, let's just say that was me and I'm 96. My kids will be in their 70s. So, 70s and 60s. So they'll be considered older, not necessarily old, but older. Well, in the 70s, old, I guess. Yeah. And it's like thinking, like, dude, do you really want to be around that long? Do I want to be around that long? And the answer to me is no. I don't think I want to live that long. Like, now, if I was able to do so and still be, able-bodied, still able to handle most things myself and don't need the assistance of others to do any or everything for me, then yeah, I wouldn't mind that. But, I can't predict the future. So I don't know what's happening, and I don't know if I want to find out if that'll be the case because, it reminded me of something. I'm not even going to say the name of the movie, but the vampire had came and visited this guy, and it was years later, like some years later. And he was talking to him, so he bent over and smelled him, and he was like, "You're not going to be here long." He's like, "I can fix that for you right now, just take a bite out of you and you'll be able to live forever." Like, what do you think? The guy sat there for a minute, thought, and he was like, "Nah, I seen enough here. I can leave now." It's kind of funny, but it made sense. Like, yeah, I'd seen enough in this lifetime, and I'm ready to move on to the next phase and see how that go. And I'm not saying it myself per se, but, I'm cool with that. And that was, that's got to be a good thing. Like, long as my kids are all right and everybody is functioning and not getting no trouble by doing so. So yeah, I can really dig that. Yeah, just sitting there thinking about that though, like that, it is a long time. But then also got to thinking about that, and I'm like, you see stuff like that, and you hear about other things, and basically someone passing, and folks. I don't know if it's like say this or feel like this for a comfort reason or what, but it's like, oh, it's God's plan. And I'm like, is that really God's plan? Like, think about it. Is it really God's plan? Is, that person passing away, and especially the way they went, like, is that really God's plan? And if so, what is he trying to teach at that moment? Because there's a lesson in everything, I guess. So, that death though, like, ooh, how are we supposed to swallow that? How are you supposed to deal with it? Like, is there really a heaven and hell? And, I don't like to get off in religion because I have my own way of thinking. But is there really a heaven and hell? And if so, I feel like we live pretty much both of them here on this earth. Like, just living life, period, ain't all peaches and cream. You get some years on this life, you're going to see quite a few things. And, some of that stuff, it might hit you so hard that it might it might knock you down to your knees, but you go get back up and you're going to keep on going because that's what we supposed to do. Like, live this life, haven't experienced this life in this form. I feel like we're spiritual beings and, we just We're in a human form experiencing life. That's my take on it. And I'm not really, like I said, I don't like discussing religion and things of that such, but yeah, that's my take on it. And then like for instance, yes, I'm in a wheelchair, been in a wheelchair since 2013, April 2013. And, you talk to people, I talk to people and ask them how they doing, and they may just get to going on a lot of bad things that's happening in their life. But then they'll say something like, well, I know it's nothing compared to what you're going through. No, wait a minute now. What makes you think I'm going through something? Like, okay, I'm in this wheelchair, but my life could be great. Some days good, some days they're not, but they're all not bad days. I have some good days. Now don't get it twisted. Life dealt me a different hand. I'm not gonna lie, but hey, I'm still playing it, and I'm gonna continue to play it. So don't think like that, because my thing with that, I feel like this: people don't want to accept things, like they don't want to be responsible if something bad is happening in their life. They want to blame it on something, like the religion thing. Well, the devil made me do this, or I did this because I was in this kind of mode, or whatever the case is. Just, they don't want to stand on who they really are, if they are that kind of person that did what that did. And, is that really God's plan? Just something to think about. Is that really God's plan? And if so, why? But hey, life happens and we still here, so we got to continue living it as best as we can. That's my motto. Just live your life. And if it works for you, whatever it is you're doing, continue to do it. But just because it's working for you don't mean it's working for me. And don't try to push it on me. That's the thing. Don't try to push what's good for you on nobody else, because it may not be good for them. So just live your life and we going to be cool about that. Well, people, I think I've said enough for now. And, this is me closing out. But if there's anything that I've said that you may like or dislike, well, you know what you can do with that. No, I'm just playing. If there's anything I said that you may like or dislike, thank you and my apologies. This is me. This is JustZoSho, and we're out of here. Y'all have a good one. Peace.